Okay, now I go into the smaller part pa, no? Kasi kanina I started with the macro and then I zoomed into our industry sa microfinance and the cooperative sector. And now I would like to go at the lowest level, no? Yung nano enterprise na tinatawag namin. So nano enterprise is a SEDPI coined term that refers to to the a smaller version of the micro enterprise. So sa research natin, ang nakita natin ay rural banks and cooperatives typically serve micro enterprises, and microfinance NGOs naman would serve the nano enterprises. So ano ba yung difference ng micro enterprise sa nano enterprises? So ito yung characteristics ng nano enterprises. So they are unregistered or informal, o kapareho ng micro enterprises. They're typically solo or with help of unpaid family members in their business. Focus on the local market. And then, maliit lang talaga yung kanilang capital. At how much capital are we talking about? Less than 20,000 pesos. Yan po yung capital na kailangan nila. Small capital. And then they have the ability to quickly set up their enterprise because there's low barrier to entry in the kinds of enterprises that they can establish. And they typically earn less than 240,000 pesos a year. So 240 a year is parang double the a little bit over the minimum wage, malapit sa minimum wage natin. Sa size ng enterprises sa Philippines, so 1% lang talaga yung large and medium enterprises natin. At yung small naman is about 10.5%. So these enterprises have 3 million to 15 million in asset size, 10 to 99 employees. No? Yung micro, which is typically what we refer to as our clients, less than 3 million ang size nila and may employee na 1 to 9. No? At 88.5% ito, this is coming from the Department of Trade and Industry. And if we take a look at it, there's only 887,000 micro enterprises in the Philippines, then what do you now call the clients of, even if you just combine ASA and ASA Philippines and Card, siguro nasa 3.5 million na yon. So anong tawag mo dun sa balance na 2.5 million na yon? So, and this is where we argue that there is what we call a nano enterprise na hindi nakakapture ng Department of Trade and Industry dahil mas maliit pa ito than the micro. No? Yung asset size nila hanggang 300,000 lang. And in our estimate, itong mga nano enterprises ay nasa 8 million in number all over the Philippines. So, hindi sila nakakasama sa bilang ng Department of Trade and Industry. And I think that's one area kaya hindi nalalagyan ng tamang government interventions for them. No? Imagine 8 million out of, if you combine all of the micro to large, nasa 1 million lang sila eh. Pero 8 million nano enterprises yung unaccounted for, no? I think malaki itong epekto na hindi nakakagawa ng policy yung government to directly address, no, this segment. So we did our research on nano enterprises during this pandemic, and we were quite surprised on how they were able to bounce back. Ano? So if you observe from this one, starting ng March hanggang May, ay marami talaga ang nagsara sa kanila, yung kanilang enterprises. Pero wala pang isang quarter. Pagdating ng July, ay 96% of them were already able to resume their operations. Which, at ito na yung mga sinasabi nila parati na resilient ang mga nano enterprises, ang mga Pilipino. Pero actually, when we talk about resiliency, it's not just about diskarte, but it's also about how we are able to recharge ourselves na hindi tayo napapagod to take on opportunities. itong nangyayari na to sa nano-enterprises ay hindi yung ganong klaseng resiliency. It's just because they don't have any other options. Napakaliit ng barrier to entry where they can establish their livelihood again. And also, yung level ng income na hinahabol nila ay napakababa. Kaya madali nilang masabi na they already resumed their business at kaya nilang i-survive ito, no? And that's where when we put this into perspective, parang oo, nag-bounce back ng mabilis ang mga nano-enterprises. But is this the kind of bounce back that we like? Gusto ba natin na ganun pa rin sila kaliit doing the same businesses, no? Yun. And we also asked the financing preferences of nano-enterprises. At nung ang nakita natin by June, half would resume their normal repayments and half would ask for restructuring, no? At the beginning, yung mga micro and nano enterprises were still asking for refinancing, which means additional funds, no, aside from the funds that they've already accessed. Pero mukhang nawala itong mga ganito because they are risk averse, and buti na lang meron silang nakuhang ayuda, and that was enough for them na itawid, no, na mabayaran yung loan nila at saka makaulit-ulit. So to summarize the impact of COVID-19 to the nano enterprises, so there's loss of livelihood that led to loss of income. And yun, nakita rin natin there's slow access to government assistance, primarily because nano enterprises don't have they're financially excluded, no? So mahirap magdirektang magbigay ng ayuda sa kanila coming from the government. They don't have bank accounts. Number two, they have difficulty accessing identity documents, birth certificates, driver's license na required para magkaroon ng bank account. So itong mga areas na to dapat ay mapabilis for financial inclusion. Low demand on products, there's also supply chain disruption, and lack of access to quality health services, no? Kasi ang available sa kanila are our public hospitals na nasabihan pa nga ako ng mga staff ko na kunwari sila sa probinsya, sa Mindanao, I have branches in Mindanao, at sasabihin nila, sir, ayaw namin na dyan sa provincial hospital itakbo yung staff natin kasi pag ipinasok po sa provincial hospital ay bangkay na lumalabas. May ganun silang perception, and that's very sad, no, because sila talaga yung vulnerable because of this pandemic. Digital inclusion struggles. Ito naman is another research that we've seen, no? 53% have problems getting reliable signal. So sabi natin, okay, we are going to bounce back better. A cashless society na tayo, mas maganda na contactless, no? We get rid of cash. Pero gustuhin man ng mga nano enterprises na gamitin ang mga mobile money platforms na yan, wala namang signal doon sa bundok, wala namang mga cash in, cash out outlets. Kaya doon nahihirapan, no? And then mahal yung data, kailangan ng internet connection. There's also trouble finding place to charge their battery, at mahal yung pag-maintain ng linya, no? Maski nga yung mga prepaid, marami pa rin ang nahihirapan. Okay? Pero this is the profile of our social media behavior of our nano enterprises. 53% po sa kanila ay may Facebook na. So kung yung co-op nyo po, 53% may Facebook, 47% ay may Messenger. This is pre-pandemic. So dumami pa yan noong nag-pandemic. So kung yung co-op nyo po ay wala pa sa Facebook, walang chatbot sa Messenger, medyo signal po yan na kailangan natin talagang mag-adapt sa technology, no? So 41% pa yung walang social media. Okay. Tapos sa digital financial inclusion ulit, only 11% have bank accounts, 18% are able to buy online, and 23% have ATM cards. In fact, when we were doing this research, we had to change the strategy in conducting the research midway dahil nung kinakausap namin yung member ng kooperatiba na medyo senior, 50 to 60 years old, usually nga interview namin, nakikita namin na may kasama sila sa bahay, yung mga anak nila na nagpapatakbo din ng business, hawak-hawak ang cellphone. At kinakausap namin, saan po kayo, marunong ba kayo sa GCash or do you use mobile money? And their answer is yes. Pero hindi sila member ng kooperatiba. Yung nanay na digitally excluded ay miyembro, pero yung mga anak at yung mga ibang kasama sa bahay na digitally included ay hindi miyembro ng kooperatiba. And that is, I think, a very clear signal talaga na kailangan natin ng more digital and internet presence, a World Wide Web presence for the cooperatives.
Thanks for watching! Kung may kapamilya, kaibigan o kakilala kang tingin mo ay magiging interesado dito sa video, please share to them or tag them in the comments section. Siyempre, kung nagustuhan mo ang video, pusuan mo na ito. Subscribe ka na rin. As always, feel free to write your questions, comments, and opinions respectfully.